Hello students, today we will be going over 4.3, Solving Proportion Story Problems. This is page 95 in your green packet. Page 4, it's 4.3. Objective, I can solve story problems about proportions. Review, proportions can be used for converting measurements. 5 feet equals how many inches? So we know that 1 foot is 12 inches and 5 feet is X inches, okay? So we want to create a word fraction, and we'll go over the couple of steps here at the bottom so we know the 3 steps for solving proportion story problems, okay? So the first thing we want to do, create a word fraction, which I did here. Feet over inches equals feet over inches, okay? Write their ratios. Use a blank for the unknown. What do we want to use for the unknown? Variable. And the variable is your letter. So we use a variable. For the unknown. And then number 3, solve the proportion or do the fish. Follow the line of the fish, equal sign in the fish's mouth, okay? All right, so we created a word fraction here. Write the ratios. Here's the ratio equals this. And we solve the proportion. So I'm going to start here, go down and around and this way. So I go 1 times X, so X equal in the fish's mouth, 5 times 12. X equals, 5 times 12 is 60. So X equals 60, and you make sure you write in your units. Normally, there's a number in front of X you would need to divide, but if it's 1X, you don't need to divide anything, and you're all done. Okay? All right, so we put 60 inches there. I'm going to go ahead and write it in right there. Okay, now we do the same thing over here for yards and feet. So how many feet in a yard? Raise your hand. That's correct. There's 3 feet in 1 yard. So we put 3 feet over here in 1 yard. Then over here, we want to know 7 yards. 7, again, here's the yards. And this is feet. And this is yards. And this is X feet. We don't know how many feet. That's what we need to find out. So now we can do the fish. 3, and I follow my line of the fish. 3 times 7 equals X times 1. And X times 1 is just X. So this is a little bit like the one over here, where we multiply 3 times 7 is 21. Okay. We make sure we put our units, 21 feet. And then we also, another thing you can do is go back and say, does that make sense? Does 5 feet equal 60 inches? Yeah, that sounds about right. Does 7 yards equal 21 feet? Yep, that's right too. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and go on to our next, the next page. Actually, it's the same page, but further on. Okay. Practice, solve, write answer as a sentence. Okay. So it says in Mexico, 1 peso equals 0.076 US dollars. Okay, so that's about 7 cents, 7.5 cents. If you had $1.14 US dollars, how many pesos is that worth? Okay, so we go pesos to dollars. And I think I might use green for this because my black, actually, I might go ahead and do my black one. Okay, so we go 1 peso, $0.076 equals, they say how many pesos? And dollars is $1.14. So again, make sure peso, peso, dollar, dollar. Okay, make sure they match up straight across. Now I'm going to draw my fish. 1 peso times 1.14 is 1.14 equals x times 0.076. Okay, you divide by the number in front of x. Okay, make sure you put the right amount of zeros in there. Okay, I'm going to use my handy dandy calculator on this one. So I say 1.14, because this will end up being x on this side, but I'm going to kind of flip it around. Actually, maybe I leave it on the other side, because that goes away. So x equals 114, 1.14, divided by 0.076, $15, or 15 pesos. So I would say, if you were going to write a sentence, I'm going to go ahead and put it over here, that $1.14 is worth 15 pesos. And you're done. Okay. Next, we're going to go on to Sammy. Number 2, Sammy can walk 3 miles in 12 minutes. So we're going to go miles and minutes. So 3 miles. And by the way, if she's doing 3 miles in 12 minutes, she's not walking. But we're going to just do the problem as it is, even though it's pretty phony. How far could she walk in 18 minutes? So we don't know how many miles. And she's not walking. She is booking. She is running as fast as she can. In fact, there's no woman in the world that could do 3 miles in 12 minutes, because that's a 4-minute mile. And there's, I think, maybe 3 guys that can do it on the planet, but no women have been able to do that. So X miles over 18 minutes. So again, straight across, miles, miles, minutes, minutes. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and draw our fish. Equal sign in the fish's mouth. I kind of forgot that up there. So 3 times 18 equals x times 12. And I'm going to put 12 in front of x. So 3 times 18, get our handy dandy calculator. 54. And then divide by the number in front of x. .5. Okay, so our sentence is going to be Sammy can walk 4.5 miles in 18 minutes. And there you go. Okay. All right, you can pause while you do number 3. All right, and then I was going to do one more. We can either finish the video, or I was going to do number 4. Bryce can mow the lawn, half the lawn in 1/3 of an hour. Okay, so I went ahead and wrote it out. Again, Bryce can mow half the lawn in 1/3 of an hour. So half of it is mowed in 1/3 of an hour. How long will it take him to mow the whole lawn? So one lawn, X hour. So just because it's fraction, we can still do it the same way. Equal sign in the fish's mouth. Half times X is 1/2. 1 times 1/3 is 1/3. Now we can divide by 1/2 here. Okay. And we do 1/3 divided by 1/2. Remember, your calculator can do most of the work. So we go 1 ABC 3 divided by 1 ABC 2. So that's 2/3. So Bryce can mow 2/3 of the lawn in 1 hour. And that's what we write. Bryce can mow 2/3 of the lawn in 1 hour. And there you have it. Okay, students, you can get the rest of this. You rock.